Okay, so LangGraph, right. Building smarter AI one connection at a time. I've been looking through these docs, code, even some real-world examples, and honestly, it's kind of got me hooked, but
Hmm.
almost too good to be true, you know? What do you think?
You know, what I find interesting is how LangGraph tackles this issue, this limitation we see in, well, typical AI.
Right, right.
Like, you know how most AI feels like, well, it's like a really fancy calculator,
Yeah.
amazing at specific things, but ask it to handle, well, those complex multi-step processes we deal with every day.
Exactly. Like my music app can nail song recommendations based on my mood, but try getting it to book concert tickets, add it to my calendar, and then factor in the weather for outfit advice. Forget it. Is that where LangGraph comes in?
Exactly. That's where LangGraph shines. It gives you this framework to build smarter AI systems. We call them agents.
Agents, okay.
Yeah, think of it like a digital assistant, but instead of just, okay, I did that, it can actually reason, plan, execute actions, all based on understanding. LangGraph provides that. It's like the blueprint for how your agent thinks, how it acts.
So it's not just processing info, it's acting on it intelligently.
Yeah,
And the graph part, I'm guessing that's key to how it all works.
absolutely. With LangGraph, you're visualizing your AI's workflow as, you guessed it, a graph. Picture a flowchart.
Okay.
Each step's a node, and the lines connecting them, those are the edges.
So flowcharts, not pie charts. Got it. But how does this node and edge thing actually make for smarter AI?
So each node on your graph, it represents a specific task and action your AI agent can perform. Searching for information, making a decision, even using external tools, say sending an email.
Okay.
The edges then, they dictate the flow, how information passes from one task to the next, guiding your agent's decision making.
So we're designing a roadmap step by step for our AI, but then wouldn't that make the AI, I don't know, too linear? Like how do we account for those times when it needs to learn from past actions, maybe even change course midway?
And that's where things get really interesting. One of the things that sets LangGraph apart is this ability to remember. Think of it as statefulness.
Statefulness, okay.
Yeah, imagine your AI learning from its experiences, retaining information, knowing what it did, what the outcome was. This is where those traditional models, they kind of hit a wall.
Hold on, that's huge. Are you saying LangGraph lets AI learn and adapt, kind of like, well, like we do?
Mhm.
How's that even possible?
It all boils down to this concept of persistence. LangGraph, it automatically saves the state of where your agent is at each step.
Yeah.
It sounds simple, but it's a game changer, believe me. This allows the agent to backtrack, analyze past decisions. It can even explore alternative paths. The creators, they call it, get this, time
We
travel.
hold on, time travel for AI. Now you've got to elaborate on that.
Okay, so imagine this. Your AI agent, it's trying to book that concert ticket, right?
Right.
It's going through the steps, checking dates, comparing prices, maybe even looking at seating charts. Now, let's say that ideal ticket, gone, sold out.
Yep.
Now, instead of just hitting a dead end, this time travel thing, it lets the agent rewind. It can revisit those earlier decisions, explore maybe different dates, different venues.
Okay, so not actual time travel. More like a superpowered undo button. Helps the AI learn, optimize its strategy.
You got it. And this whole time travel thing, it's all powered by that statefulness we were talking about. Makes these agents way more flexible, way more intelligent when tackling, real world tasks.
This is, wow, it's really something. Okay, so we've got AI that can make decisions, remember what it did, even course correct with this time travel. But how are we actually using this? What are some real-world LangGraph applications, stuff that's actually happening?
The possibilities, they're pretty mind-blowing, to be honest. We're talking about a whole new level of what AI can achieve. One of the coolest use cases I saw, it was in customer support.
You mean those chatbots? The ones that are supposed to answer your questions but usually just make you more frustrated.
Exactly. But LangGraph, it changes everything. The sources we looked at, they talked about how companies are using it to build, well, really sophisticated support agents.
Okay.
And we're not talking about basic question and answer bots. These agents, they can access, they can process information from, like, all over, update databases. They can even anticipate what a customer might need based on past interactions. Pretty cool, right?
That's like next level.
Yeah.
It's having a support agent who actually knows your history with the company and can actually solve problems.
You got it. And it's not just customer service. Our sources, they had examples of AI assistants that can write code, analyze financial data, even create personalized learning plans for students, based on how they're doing.
Hold on. AI that can write code, that's both amazing and a little scary. Someone who still mixes up their semicolons.
Yeah.
How does that even work?
One example I saw was a code writing agent. It used LangGraph to break down these complex coding tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Each step was a node in the decision-making process. It could access documentation, test out code, even learn from your coding style, which I thought was interesting.
So it's like a coding buddy.
Hmm.
Not only helps you fix errors, but also helps you write better code overall.
Exactly.
That's pretty wild. But LangGraph itself, that's just one part of this whole thing, right? We saw stuff about LangChain, LangServe.
Right. LangGraph, it's not working in isolation. It's part of a much bigger AI ecosystem. LangChain, now that's like your toolbox. It gives you access to different language models, tools to load and process data, all sorts of utilities for managing the different AI components.
Okay, the toolbox. Got it.
Then you've got LangServe that helps you deploy, scale your LangChain applications, makes them accessible.
Oh, LangChain builds it, LangServe shares it with the world.
Pretty much.
What about Langsmith? We saw that too.
Ah, Langsmith. That's your performance coach. It's all about monitoring, debugging,
Uh,
making sure your AI agent is, learning, adapting like it should.
so it's like having an AI trainer for your AI.
Exactly. It analyzes any hiccups, any errors, helps you optimize
Well,
things.
to be clear, LangGraph, LangChain, LangServe, Langsmith, they all work together. It's a whole suite of tools for building, deploying, and managing these intelligent agents.
You got it. And that's what makes this whole area so exciting. This toolkit, it's allowing developers to create this whole new generation of AI.
AI that can not just do tasks, but learn, adapt, even work with us in ways we never thought possible before. But with all this talk of smart agents and code writing AI, I can't help but wonder about the bigger picture. So where does this all fit, the grand scheme of AI? What's LangGraph's role in, the future of all this?
That's the question, isn't it? I mean, we're way past just automating simple tasks now. LangGraph, it's a huge step toward building those truly autonomous, adaptable AI agents, intelligent even.
Okay, so not just doing things, but understanding, making judgment calls, maybe even, I don't know, ethical decisions.
We're still early days, but think about the potential. What if you had AI partnering up with, say, scientists to make breakthroughs in medicine, or working alongside artists to create, well, completely new art forms?
It's exciting, but I'll admit a little intimidating too.
Yeah.
But before we go full sci-fi, there was one more thing from the stuff we read. LangGraph's approach to this retrieval augmented generation, this RGAG thing, like giving AI a library card, right?
Perfect analogy. RGAE is all about connecting your agent to knowledge outside its training data. But the cool part with LangGraph is how it handles those multi-step retrieval processes.
Multi-step, so more than a quick search and grabbing the first result.
Oh, yeah, way more nuanced. We saw this technique, corrective RAG, CRAG they called it. It uses the LangGraph framework to make sure the info retrieved is actually good, relevant, accurate, like a built-in fact checker for your AI.
Right, right. And wasn't there something about a retrieval grader? What's that all about? Is it like grading my AI's homework?
In a way, it's all about quality control. So this grader, it looks at the info the AI found, checks it against the original query, and sees how relevant it really is. If it's not good enough, the agent can, well, it can refine its search, even go look at totally different sources to find better info.
Wow, so it's not just finding info, it's verifying it too, making sure it's legit before making any decisions.
Exactly. That's what makes this so powerful, combining LangGraph's way of building agents with these advanced arbor tray techniques. We're talking AI that can reason, learn, even self-correct, leads to more reliable, more trustworthy results.
This has been quite the journey. We've gone from how LangGraph makes AI smarter to its potential impact on the future of, well, everything AI.
And honestly, we've just scratched the surface. As this tech keeps developing, who knows what kind of applications we'll see.
Applications that'll push the limits of what we thought AI could do. If you want to explore LangGraph yourself, all the links to the stuff we talked about, it's in the show notes.
And if you're feeling inspired, why not give it a shot? Try designing your own AI agent. You might be surprised what you can build with LangGraph.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.